Hello, Zodiac. I'm coming to you today with some sad news. I know I promised you guys that I may win the YCS War Rock, and sadly, I didn't even day 2. But you know what actually matters? I checked the official Konami blog, and I am the only person in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! To get a feature match playing War Rock. Let's go! We did it, boys. We proved the point, and we were out there. Also, more importantly, somehow managed to get a round 4 feature match off of 0 testing and an hour and a half of sleep. And I'm shocked I even got past round 1, to be honest. As was Mr. Cameraman right here and everybody that I talked to. But anyways, do you have any commentary? Mr. Bentomarkin's a cameraman today. He's a known player. Many of you guys might know him. Any commentary before we get into the deck profile?
After every single round, I think the most exciting part of my day was just hearing that you won. I was seeking you out just to see if you won or lost.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear. I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't expect anything, so it was really fun when stuff actually went in my favor. And it was also fun to get body in the feature match because, like, I still got to put a War Rock deck in a feature match, so... Shouts out to Noah Bagelman for that. Anyways.
Are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's get into the deck profile.
All right, here we go.
So, we'll start off with the main deck. We have 1 Meteor Dragon. He's the main boss monster. Can't be destroyed by card effects. He can make 2 attacks monsters per battle phase, and all my War Rocks gain 200 attack off of him. Also, whatever he kills cannot activate its... declares battle on, cannot activate its effect on the field or graveyard when it dies by it. So, it's cool at clearing stuff. Next up is War Rock Bashalos. Honestly, wish I didn't run this. I thought that it being able to attack directly would come up a lot under Mystic Mind. Didn't come up once. Never wanted to go into this, honestly.
Yeah, don't you need another War Rock for him to attack directly?
You do. That's also the problem. Yeah. This card should have not been in there. I should have been main decking Metaverse or something over this.
You weren't meaning Metaverse?
I put in this side. I built to go hard second, and like that card should have been out. There's no reason to run this card. Next up was the best card of the weekend, War Rock Wento. This is basically a 2600 attack normal summon, and if they're threatened by that and try to kill it, it just floats into Meteor Gun, which becomes a 2800 attack monster that can attack twice. So it's pretty nice. That's the bread and butter, really. And then...
Was that all the monsters you played?
No, I played also 3 War Rock Actos.
I see.
I wanted access to an extra deck, being able to make Zeus, or on the idea of Mr. Ben right here, being able to make Utopia double, which came up. We were able to take games off of it. My opponents were kind of shocked somebody was running it in 2022. But it came up. When I didn't have Gozen up, is mainly Utopia double for kill. If I had Gozen up, is Meteor Gun and Wento, because they together are 5600. So that's pitched pretty hard. It's not a game, but like gets them close enough that I should be able to just win off the fact that I'm already floodgating them. Mm-hmm. Those are all the War Rock cards, or monsters, sorry. Mountain's a good card. I ran 2 Gamma Seal. Also probably wouldn't have run this, to be honest. Had I tested beforehand, it came up so much less than I thought it would. It didn't do nearly as much as I wanted it to. In theory, this was great. In practice, it didn't do enough.
Well, how much did this conflict with playing cards like Gozen and Rivalry, just like having those face up on the field and just not being able to utilize them?
Funny enough, that only came up in the feature match. But like, I also just didn't draw them enough for it to matter in general. Like, against a Despia player, I quickly 2-0'd a Despia player. This actually came up. I drew Broken. I had Kaiju Lightning Storm mine. So I just Kaiju'd Mirror Jade, Lightning Storm just back row, and then just dropped Mystic Mine.
And then you decked him out?
Yes. So he was the one that was salty at the end, and I said good game, and he was like, oh, it was something. So
everyone knows the classic War Rock win condition of deck out. Then
the final monster was Pankratops. I don't know how I felt about this. It was good when it was good. It didn't matter when it didn't matter. Pankratops is Pankratops. Dupe came back in this tournament. I didn't see Dupe, but like if I faced a deck that would dupe me, then this would have been bad. So.
All right. Okay. I mean, it sounded like it was good whenever you saw it, though. Like
it was. I just feel like if you're forced attack into the dupe, then like you still kind of can't kill the toad, so you can't pop any of their cards afterwards. In theory, all this was theory since I didn't test. But in practice, this card was okay. Gamesel was because I didn't see it enough.
Do you have any replacements that you'd offer to Zodiac here?
Honestly, Bashalos and these three could probably just become 3 Gozen in the main and 1 Metaverse in the main.
Okay.
Just so I can have more control aspects, because I wanted more board breaking going second with a mix of control, but I think it's just gone full on control, go more focused on like an actual Mystic Man deck.
All right, so yeah, flooding them out.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
Yes, I 100% agree. Instead of breaking boards, just locking them down so that Wento suddenly becomes super scary as a 2600 attack normal summon, which the situations where that did come up, my opponents were like, how the hell do I kill this thing? Also, Wento, its attack boost lasts to the end of the opponent's turn. So like, you can boost it again on the opponent's turn if they attack into it and get it up to 3400, I think, on your turn, which only came up once, but it's pretty nice.
All right, let's see the spells now.
A lot of them. 3 Prosp. I didn't know whether to do this or Desires. Ben told me, or Extrav, sorry. Ben told me it's always better to choose what card you get. And honestly, I fully agree. I think this was the right call.
Yeah, like just drawing 2 Warlock cards seemed like a terrible idea, but if you could pick Mystic Mine out of the top 6, that sounds great.
I do agree fully.
All right, what's next?
Next up is 3 Warlock Mountain. Round 2, I played against a player from Germany. Opened 4 Warlock cards. None of them were Mountain. That doesn't do anything against an established board if none of them are Mountain. So that's pretty bad. But Mountain allows you to like get a special summon of any Warlock during your battle phase, so you get to summon the big guys and beat over stuff. So Mountain is actually a free negate bait a lot of the time.
And to protect Wento.
Yes, it protects Wento. You could sack it to protect something by battle. So it could also protect Meteorgon that already can't be destroyed by card effects. So if you can't be destroyed by card effects and battle, that just becomes pretty annoying to deal with. Next up is 3 Lightning Storm. I liked this when I saw it. It was good. I also just didn't see it enough. I wish I saw this card more. 3 Mystic Mine. Between my main and side, I ran 9 copies. I ran 8 copies of my main, 1 on my side. So I saw this card a lot. It just mattered if they're able to deal with it when I played it or not. And seeing multiples is always nice because I was always like, oh, it's super safe here. I don't care what they have. This card needs to be banned. This deck would be unplayable if they like banned mine and like Floodgates quit, honestly. It's already close to unplayable, but we made it work.
Oh my god. The cheese.
Next up, 3 Super Poly. It was super disappointing when I was being a normal Yu-Gi-Oh player and didn't read in my feature match to see that you can't Super Poly away Kaleido Heart. That would have been really nice if we could, but I was able to hit a few Sprite players with this. Funny enough, my main deck, I realized when I played against Flu round 5, wasn't ready for that matchup. But I was able to actually Super Poly him because I gave him my Gamma Seal. And it locked him out for a turn. It's kind of nice. Still ended up losing that in game 3, but like Super Poly put in a lot of work that one turn I was able to use. So yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Then Demise of the Land, that's explanatory.
More Mystic Mine, yes. Oh. Dark
Ruler, wish I saw this more, didn't see this a single time this weekend. That was disappointing. That would have been great to see. Feather Duster, everybody knows what Feather Duster does. I just wanted, if they went first, to hopefully clear their back row, move out the ad set, and then just kind of be scot-free, or clear Smashers, especially Smashers.
Yeah, anything that threatens Mystic Mine, really.
Yeah. 1 Rhoda, more ways to get to Utopia Double or my extra deck in general.
Well, yeah, Wento.
Yeah. Terraforming, more mine. This is really funny against Runic. You just give them Warrock Mountain and they can't play.
That's probably the biggest slap in the face you could actually do. You activate that rotation and hand them Warrock Mountain.
They literally lose like so much advantage that you're just able to outgrind them at that point. So it's something stupid, but like it works like Gateway Chaos back in the day, you know, when nobody was playing that, and then people started randomly playing Gaia. Maybe people will start playing Wenta.
Dude, I can't even with that shit.
One double or nothing. I have to thank Ben for this. I couldn't find a copy before the event, but Utopia Double won me some games, so like it's kind of important for me to have this card.
I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. And then the last 3 cards in my main are 3 Rivalry. I felt like came up more right now than Goes In does, but like I honestly wanted both my main deck. I regret not putting both in my main deck.
And you think for locals this week, I'm gonna swap it?
I hope. F&D is almost entirely tier limit, so like.
I mean, Rivalry and Goes In will be good together if you wanted to do that.
They will. So that's my main.
All right, how many cards in the main?
40 exact.
Exactly 40.
None of my opponents I played this weekend ran 40 cards. They all ran over. And opponents are going second, I guess. They kind of got themselves closer to deck out. But yeah, I would ask me at the start of the match or sometimes mid-match a few turns in. I'd be like, shit, wait, they're running how many cards? And start counting their hand, graveyard, field. Start seeing where they kind of are card advantage-wise. And decide how I wanted to play from there.
And on the bright side, your deck like barely pluses. So like as long as they're comboing, like they're going to have less cards in their deck than you.
Exactly. That is also a major...
I don't think your deck has a single +1 in it.
Mountain? No,
it?
Mountain's a +0.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's summoned to something. I don't know. It's technically a +0 in all rights.
You're here for card economy. All right, let's go to the extra.
Extra. Doesn't matter too much, but it also does matter a lot. Zeus.
All right, how many times did you make Zeus?
Once.
All right, good enough.
Because Utopia Double was almost always a better play.
Oh, okay.
And you can't, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Lightning, Double, 2 Utopia. I don't think anybody has been playing 2 Utopia and Yu-Gi-Oh! In like 8 years.
And you picked the 2 worst arts.
Yes.
Very nice.
But I picked the 2 arts I found first.
All right.
So,
respect there.
These, just different utilities. It's always better to go for game, but sometimes if I knew I couldn't go for game, it's better to go for this.
Did you actually summon the lightning to out anything big?
No, it was... whenever I was able to like make these, it usually came up that double is just the better option.
And then it would just kill them?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 Tornado Dragon came up once.
For like a runic strategy, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was against runic. Definitely. No, it definitely was. I was thinking, I was like...
Yeah, I didn't see like any Eldritch at this event, so...
That was a pleasant surprise, because Eldritch also could have screwed this.
Yeah, for real.
1 Cowboy didn't come up. Also, thank you to Ben for letting me borrow it. 1 Dweller. Made this in my feature match. Didn't do shit for me, because he just had the Funk engine.
Hell yeah.
So, alright, those are all the XCs.
Yeah, Dweller's like only good if you can kind of like establish, like you need to like be able to benefit from the tempo it gets you, and if you can't do that, then it's not actually worth it.
Yeah, it was disappointing. But, I ran double Draco Spelly, double Garura. I figured I was going to see a lot of Tier and Sprite, so having 2 Super Polys be live instead of just 1 felt like the right move.
You have a Mud Dragon in there too?
Yeah, the other 2 Super Poly targets were Mud Dragon and Earth Golem.
Oh, I love Earth Golem adding this there. The card's crazy.
Just wanted to make sure that I had as much coverage as possible. I was originally running 1 of this and 1 of Starving Venom, but it just, I don't know, I just didn't really feel like that was a move.
Okay.
And the last card of my extra, Codebreaker Vow Swordsman. Quite a few people asked me why this wasn't a sold. Main reason was, right before I submitted my deck list, I took out Deck Devi for Dark Bribe so I can have more protection for mine. This was originally going to be like go first, set Deck Devi, make this off of 1 Togactos, 2 Gactos, or what it ultimately was used for is if I open 2 Gactos, those don't do shit. They're like the worst War Rocks outside of like helping you make extra deck cards.
Yeah, they make Utopia.
So, yes, that's really what it's made for. So you can turn 2 Gactos into this, beat over a Toad or something, because they're not going to negate a Gactos. They're not going to think Gactos matters. So that's ultimately how it was used, but it probably would have been better used for Deck Devi. Okay. Especially in my feature match when I ended on Dweller 2 set Dark Bribes. Like if those were Deck Devis, that'd have been so good.
You on a Deck Devi Tier Limits player?
He is running Pump Challenge Sprite.
I feel like it doesn't hit tier at all, and it benefits them if you do hit them early.
True, actually, because then at that point, if I didn't have Dweller, he would have just done tier plays.
Yep.
I guess it didn't matter either way. I was getting bodied in that feature.
Yeah, let's go Noah. All right, sideboard.
Sideboard, wanted extra consistency, so I threw in 2-Pot of Duality. Same theory as with the Prosperity, you get to choose what you add.
But you didn't want to main it?
Just the hard going second. I just didn't know which going second cards to cut. Honestly, should have found a better balance between going first and second. That's the major thing I learned through playing, is I needed a lot more balance.
Yeah, maybe instead of the instead of adding the Gozens, you just like shift these to the main, and it'll help you see mine more.
That's also something I could do. Yeah, because that even helps going second. So we'll see how we change this for locals on Thursday, but we're showing off the YCS list.
Yeah, we're going to go 4-0 locals with this for sure.
So 3 Judgment, 3 Bribe. These say you're not killing mine. These say you get decked out by mine. Yeah.
So post board, it's like hard pivot into like just Mystic Mine.
Basically, I would side out the Gactos down to 1. I'd side out the Bashellos. I keep Meteor Dragging because it was kind of a help in doing damage, but Wento was like the only thing I say to 3 monster-wise.
Okay.
3 goes in. This card, funny enough, did come up.
Oh.
Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. That was actually pretty nice. I was already beating Strike Fire at that point anyways, but that's the round 1 Sprite player. My brother Nathan walked over, just happened to find me in the crowd of 800 something people at that point, and he walked over to my field of Wento, goes in, Rivalry, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and the Sprite player was just like looking through his hand, graveyard, extra deck, literally everything, every single turn, and then just passing because he's like, what do I do here?
Just where's my lightning storm?
Basically is what it came down to.
Oh, that's unfortunate for him.
That's really Nathan. When I told Nathan I won, he was like, "Did you see your board?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Why are you surprised you won?" And then final card, Metaverse. I know I talked about this a lot in the video already, but
it should definitely also be in the main deck.
It should. Honestly, the main things I wanted in the main were the 3 goes in the Metaverse.
Oh, okay.
Probably change stuff around and make it so I have cards that are always live instead of cards that are live against certain matchups, like especially against like Flu. I know Gil said he's switching to Flu. Not that any of you know who Gil is, but if there's gonna be Flu out locals, my current main deck does jack shit against them. So I need to be better prepared for more variety instead of just Sprite and Tier, because I just theory crafted for Sprite and Tier.
As did most people in this event, I would seem. All right, so that's the deck list, right? That's your 40, 15, 15. You got any shout outs? Any additional thoughts you want to leave us with?
Major shout out to Ben right here for helping me the best he could and come up with a deck profile for, or a deck list, sorry, for War Rock, because I didn't know what to do and he didn't really know what to do either. So once I kind of got something together, he helped me tweak it a bit, and we threw a bunch of ideas around, like an Assault Die build that are an easy first turn, Apo, or going second, an easy access code. Like there's quite a few things, but ultimately that seems a slight bit more bricky. His double or nothing is 1 brick, where Renopolis and Eclipse Spell might actually just be drawn more than a single double or nothing. Because I'm not always going to see 2 warriors to make that assault. But yeah, there's way too much theory thrown out for this deck, and we just ended up ultimately basing it on what's a good Mystic Mind list. Look at Brazil, for example. How can I remove mainly the burn cards from that for War Rock cards so that I have a deck that can function, but significantly worse? And that helped me out decided. But yeah, it's a major thank you to Ben for helping me come up with a finalized list. Thank you to Fire and Dice and Milford for helping me get this shit together last second after I ended up in a put up or shut up situation on Zodiac Duelist. And shout out to all you on Zodiac for putting up with my constant content. So thank you guys very much. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm ready to see those comments.